from the general public, especially from the opposition MDs, and even the 2020 general election, you could hear those contesting for presidential and even parliamentary from the opposition condemning that move by government to introduce licensure exam. I wanted to have your view on this particular issue.
Yes, I have said it at several fora. I might repeat it here today in a different way. At first, when I heard of this licensure thing, the first question I asked is, what about me? Does it mean that all the 36 years that I was in education, teaching and administering, I was unqualified? I said, no, I don't think that is true. But you see, let's come to planning. We have now, those currently there, I have left education about 21 years now on retirement. And since life is dynamic, there would have been changes which I wouldn't know. But if it was at the critical time when I was actively teaching, I would never have thought at any moment that there was need to have any licensure examination. And my reasons are as follows. At that time, we had two types of teachers. The professional and the non-professional. And even if you have to add a third one, the people teacher, who even just walked in, and because there was no room, he was taking. Some years back, there was a people teacher training center where they would teach them, and then they will go and then ask them to go and teach. Now, the professional teacher is the teacher who, after the middle school or the SS, went into a teacher training college. And at the teacher training college, he was taught the academic and the methodology, how to teach, and then teaching practice, which he did. And I think that was the licensure for him. If you,
those days.
Yes, if you had the degree, you were still called an unprofessional teacher or even a people teacher if you didn't go to do the education. And me here, I had my raw degree, science. When I decided to teach, I had to go back to the university to do the diploma in education. And the diploma in education involved methodology of teaching, child psychology, organization of teaching and so on, and that was the licensure. It's like somebody who has his BL, and if he wants to practice, he goes to do, the LLB. He goes to do the BL. So the LLB is my raw degree. The BL is the training college that the people have gone to have. So what licensure? Now, what is the syllabus? I want to be sure. What is the syllabus for the licensure? Do the licenses in what? And besides, you haven't trained the people, and you have just said, come and sit a licensure exam. On what syllabus? I found that rather unfortunate. But if it is the progression, I say, let's caution it. And then at one time, people teacher, they go and teach. I said, do you have people police, people army men, people nurse, people what? We have helped to water down our teaching. We accept, even as we talk, there are still people teachers there. What are those people recommending licenses saying about these people teachers there? And what has disappointed me is that, you see, Cape Coast was set up as a premier university to train teachers. We started it. I went there to do the diploma in teaching. Today they are doing law, they are doing medicine, they are doing what and what. So we said no, then we blocked the way. We can't train our teachers anywhere. And the man talking. Me, fortunately, I had a chance to personally get involved. In 1974, government then decided, as these things were going on, even 54 before 74, to bring the 6 diploma awarding colleges into one place to form a teachers' university. Listen carefully. And in 1987, you know, the new reforms that came, the teachers, you see, the 6 diploma colleges chose the then Advanced Teacher Training College, Winneba, as its nucleus, and I was the director. The sweetness of the pudding is in the eating. So the 6, and I was chairman of the directors of the diploma awarding institution, and in my hand, in my experience and everything, that university had been set up. That time, tertiary reforms, specialists were brought. I don't say I formed it, but specialists were brought. We all put our hands on deck. The first admissions to that university, I signed the admission letters.
Wow.
So that I know exactly what I am saying. Fine. We have that university which is teacher university, and the conditions are, even if you have a super PhD, if you don't do education, you can't head that university. You can't even teach there. I don't know whether we are obeying the rules today. And this is what happened, and this is what we expected. They are trained when they were this is diploma awarding colleges. They will be trained at the end of the term. You have an orientation course, then you orientate them to where they are going. They choose the regions and so on where they want to go. We send them to the teacher education division, then they post them to the regions and they go and teach. Today, as I talk, people graduate from Winneba. And for here, when the blind man says, I'll throw a stone at you, he's sitting on it. Today, they are not posted, and they are sitting at home. I don't know whether governments know that this is cost ineffective. You spend so much to train for 4 years, and you can't post them, and we still have unprofessional teachers and people teachers teaching. No, this is not good enough. Okay. And this is happening as we see. How many people from the University of Education of Winneba, who when they finish, are posted straight away to go and teach? They do their national service and go and sit at home and allow unprofessional teachers to take care of our schools. And we talk of quality education. Where can we have quality education?
I see.
We can have those educations free of knowledge. You know, so the other thing, we have it. Why don't we use it?